I think there's a chicken wing too, like a drumstick.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Deal with the drumstick?
Okay.
Love you more. All right. Welcome to the big blue house. I haven't done that in a while. All right. My name's Courtney. So, welcome to Dallas Method. I have that in the way, but you guys can't see that. So I wanna talk about a few things briefly. And then we'll see where the channel escalates to and how it moves forward. So, how big grill? Let's see. I'm gonna add you. Add you as a moderator. What's this say? Managing moderator. You can block words. You can do that. Save. Got you. Now I got you. But it doesn't say. Okay. You're not blue like the other channel. I was talking about a moderator. There you are. All right. Welcome to Quartz channel. I'm going to get into this. I have that cactus from HELL. You are now. And I put this on earlier to hoping to pull the little thorns out. And I forgot they were on me. So I want to talk about this brief. Okay. I'll add you as well. Oh, that's going to make me add this every time. So I hope that little trick that I just did worked. All right. So let's get into this because I got to make Kaden dinner. And it's getting late. It's 5:15 already. Not the end of the world, has survived. So the Dallas Method is a channel I created for the sole purpose of taking control of our own brains back, pretty much at the end of the day. So right now, what I want to do is talk about projected energy. So this channel, okay, let me start with this. This channel was created so we can take our own power back. But in the sense of, for 9 months, I studied the brain. Okay. So I had one concept for this channel, and it's turning into a completely different concept, which is meshing actually with the original concept. So it's gonna, I'm sure it's gonna pan out for me. I am gonna bring animism into this channel as well. But right now, with the government, social media, you name it, they want to target, well, let's put it this way. What they are targeting is the amygdala, which is part of our reptilian brain, which is the oldest part of our brain we have in our body. In our brain, it is 90% of all our processing, our thinking, you name it. That's what we're using. It's our emotional brain. It controls our emotions. Our emotions control our thoughts, therefore controls our actions. So we can take the news, for instance, with what they decide to share. Majority of the time, it's all political. It instills fears, it instills so many different things, but what it's targeting is our fear trigger, which is our amygdala. This is the one where, when you're in meditation, this is the one we want to dumb down. This is the one we want to kind of shut off, which is not the best thing for us to be shutting down or dumbing down or temporary slowing down anything that's supposed to be at a steady rate. That's a whole nother conversation that I will bring into this channel at some point. But we have this thing going on with, so let's just say, so the news is basically targeting the amygdala. This is it's why I call it Dallas method. Okay, is targeting certain parts. Well, that particular part to instill fear. When it comes to the projected energies right now, we have. Let's just talk about the spiritual industry when it comes to what you want to consider spiritual. There's all different categories we can talk about, you know, all the way from grounding to yoga to methods to religions to beliefs to all different things. And we have all these energies out there talking about manifestation, higher consciousness, grounding, all this stuff. And it's becoming more and more popular. You know, you click on certain things, next thing you know, it's all over your feed. Celebrities are talking about certain stuff. Celebrities are now getting into religion, spirituality, you name it, projecting their thoughts on things, which is fine. Not all of it is wrong. I mean, it's one person's opinion, just like this was my perspective on things, you know. But it's not, you don't need a workshop to learn how to manifest. If manifestation was that easy, we would just be doing it and it wouldn't be a topic. If grounding was that easy, we'd just be doing it. It wouldn't be a topic. You wouldn't have to go to workshops. You wouldn't have to sign up for these retreats, things like that, right? It's not as easy and it's not as complicated as people make it seem or how they want to project it to seem. And another reason why I was calling it governmental interference, because it wants to target, you know, it's like money, power, social status, everything I'm kind of talking about right now, projecting it out there. Those who have already been within the spiritual industry have already been, let's just say 5D, higher dimensions, higher consciousness, fully aware. When you get the projected energy from the newsstand point of view when it comes to being woke, they don't know what that is. They want to project like they know what that is. They want to slowly work their way into this industry because they know before you know it, this industry will take off. They've been highly aware of that for a long time. They've been trying to keep it on the sidelines for a very long time, along with the UFOs and all those stories that are going on in social media. Okay. We're already aware of that. I'm not here to talk about stuff we're already aware of. So I kind of want to bring our consciousness higher in the sense of teaching you how to restructure certain things, rewire your own brain without, and it's so simple, without programs and all this other stuff that, you know, a catch-22 out there on the market that is not necessary. So let's clear the throat chakra, right? And I'm not saying the stuff they're talking about and bringing to our attention, like the grounding and the manifestation, it's nothing new, but again, becoming more popular. Hold on. I need something more to coat my throat. Ooh, I don't know if I like that. B8, sparkling energy. I don't know how I feel about that. So I think since I've started what I've been doing on YouTube, I've been saying for a long time that I want to restructure this industry, that it all needs to come crashing down, because if the social media and the news and things are going to be flashed, we're going to keep staying at the 3D, 4D energy, okay? Which is not good. We need to vibe higher. Our consciousness needs more information to be activated, to be awakened in the right ways, the proper ways. And my way is real simple. Okay, it's coming back to who you are, your perception of things, looking at things differently, being open enough to explore your brain, explore certain things, stay within your higher consciousness without stepping back into the matrix. That type of stuff. So for those who have been in this industry for a long time, I think it's probably pretty frustrating for a lot of people, frustrating for me, frustrating for a lot of gurus, leaders, influencers, and then you have the other ones that are just riding the wave with everybody else. And there needs to be a higher conscious, higher learning leaders and influencers out there that have higher knowledge for the ones that are above the whole figuring out what higher consciousness is. Okay. So let's give an example. If we have let's go biblical. Let's do a biblical example. We have Adam and Eve, right? You shut your eyes and you think about the story of Adam and Eve, and first people on this planet and to venture off, and you think about them and you think about a masculine and a feminine. You're picturing the tree, right, and the apple tree and all this stuff, and Adam and Eve grabbing the apple and yada yada yada. Okay, it's the perception of the story that's told of Adam and Eve. So if you literally close your eyes and you imagine, it's just greenery everywhere, it's happy, they're looking around, and we're grabbing an apple, right? Then we think about, let's go this way, let's go back to, let's talk about cavemen and how the stories are told, and anthropology, and we're in a cave and it's dark and it's brown, but it's not that dark, okay, but light enough to see. You can see like the scriptures on the wall, and the cavemen, and the their navigation, their compass, leaving it next of kin, and writing down how they wrote things down, and you got the arrows, and you got all these things, and the carving into the stone, and you're looking out the cave, and you're looking out into like the mountains or wherever they were, just saying instance. Big difference between Adam and Eve, that's like all luscious and green, and now we're talking about cavemen, and it's more, it's not as luscious and green, okay, right? So you have two different perceptions right there on how people have told their stories over the years and over the years. Now, what I want you to do, all right, 2023, let's just say, this is just like one example of how to start working with your brain. Let's take Jack and Diane. Okay, y'all know that song? Two American kids growing up in that land, right? So shut your eyes. I'm not sure if it's the music video that I can see it right now or not, but just imagine two people on a motorcycle, masculine and a feminine, right? We're going to take those two energies and we're going to merge them. We're going to merge Jack and Diane. Okay, so Jack and Diane are coming together as one. That's almost like your higher consciousness. Okay. Now people talk about your higher consciousness. So this is what you're going to do, or name your higher consciousness, right? One's Jack, one's Diane. So you're going to name your higher consciousness. And as you're talking to yourself, eventually, people want to say, oh, you're crazy, you're talking for yourself, talking to your higher self, or naming your higher self. And it's not. Eventually, it's going to help you come more in tune with who you are, your thoughts, what your brain is actually projecting, whether you're it's more of a subconscious thing or unconscious thing being projected, right? So if you just start with that for a couple weeks, so again, they say name your higher consciousness. Start with Jack and Diane, just two people merging. You have a masculine and you have a feminine, right? Coming together, merging as one. Talk to yourself. Why did I say that? Why did I do this? Why did I do that? But instead of talking out loud as if you just, those little, why did I do that? Why did I say that? It's just gonna come and go. If you're like, Jack, you there? Diane, you there? Why did I do that? So now you're getting in tune with your brain. So it's just like a little stepping tool that you guys should try. Okay. This is little things that I hate to bring the government into it, but in regards to the United States, I think, completely sucks. And they're just projecting what they can project and wants to have control over as many things as they can. And they do have control over our thoughts, which is what they want. So if you start working with your higher consciousness, you're going to start seeing things differently. Okay. I know it might sound nuts or crazy, but it's not, because what you're doing without you realizing you're doing it is you're activating different parts of your brain, different parts of the hemisphere in your brain. I don't want to talk too much about that right now because I don't want to complicate things, but it is a stepping stool. Okay. It is a stepping stone, whatever you want to call it, into just activating your higher consciousness. And it's a real simple way. Again, you got the masculine, you got the feminine, how I always talk about finding that balance. All right. So the whole point of like the Adam and Eve and the caveman is more about how you can see how one's perception on how something looks when you close your eyes and you imagine things, right? So again, start with the Jack and Diane, merge, little stepping stools like that. I think a really powerful to step into your higher consciousness in a different way. Originally, this channel, I created this channel in this concept of bringing back imagination back to life, because it's one of those things that we lack, and it's so important, and it's so key to happiness and success. Okay, so I'll probably do little steps with you guys here and there. I'll break down I'll break down some things in different ways, slowly start to incorporate different things, bring different things into this channel. And I'm going to get you to kind of do it in ways where it doesn't seem like a project. So again, you don't need to buy into this manifestation. Grounding, yes, is great. But I will tell you, if other people and influencers don't step into this situation and start voicing their opinion on what's happening and what's going on, it's going to stay the same. It's going to stay steady for years. It's just, which isn't good, because it already needs to be restructured, because the way it's being projected to society. So we need to bring it up a notch and in different ways. So just start with Jack and Diane. Like, you know how like your brain just, it doesn't stop when you're laying in bed, and sometimes you're like, do. Stop talking. Call in whoever you want to call in. Call in Jack, call in Diane, call in Jack, call in Jill, whoever, however you want to name them. But as long as it's like masculine and feminine, and you're merging the energies. Okay. What we need to start manifesting is portals. Our imagination needs to start manifesting portals. We need to go, this higher consciousness thing is great, guys. It really is. But it's so much more than that. And for you to be the type of success I'm talking about, and happiness and stuff like that, it comes from when you change your perspective, when it's how you're seeing something, and you change it, and you're like, oh man, all right, maybe I should try this. I can see it that way. And little by little, you start, digging a little deeper. I am going to play with our imagination, because it's key. It's absolutely key to bring that back into play as well. Animism as well, going to bring into that. So I'm not going to try to bring the government into this too many times. Okay. I really don't want them to be, a main focus. My main focus is for us to take control of our brain that society has taken control of. People want to choose to step out of the matrix, they can. We've been dealing with this global ascension within this last year, and a lot of people are still calling, our dimension 3D. We're like inches away from the 4D. Okay. So you need to step out of the matrix. We need to learn how to live within the matrix, separate ourselves from the matrix, incorporate certain things. We can't keep buying into this industry when it comes to how to fucking manifest shit. Like, it's no. Once it becomes easy and simple when you find your way back to who you are. It depends on what you believe in, how strongly your morals are, your beliefs, your values, your self-worth. When it comes to, I almost wanted to bring in conditioning and judgmental, but that doesn't really have anything to do with it right now. It's coming back. It's coming back to you. It is really the only way for you to be successful in life. There's so much shit going on in the world. If you don't find that inner peace, in a way to escape from that without using addictions and all these other factors that are factored in to have one thought go away. Medication, you name it. Pharma, they fucking love Americans over here. Just government. Again, okay. It's getting your mindset back to before the Matrix was even a thought. And it's a lot simpler than you think. Is simpler a word? It is now. So, and I'm going to take you there, and I'm going to take you there through imagination. I'm going to take you there in ways that you don't even see coming, because it's fun. And I don't need to break down. You're working with, like, I'd say 6 different parts of your brain are being activated by you just merging with Jack and Diane for 5 minutes, for 10 minutes. You're activating so many different parts that are sleeping, that need to be activated, need to be reactivated. You need to rewire your brain. Okay. So that's my plan here. This is my goal. It's really gonna, it's basically for the ones that are already fully aware, fully awakened, already working with our higher conscious, higher consciousness, that type of stuff, and looking at things differently. We need more people to kind of step into this energy, because again, we can't stay stagnant with, and it's okay to go to retreats. It's okay to do these type of things, but like, you don't have to pay to learn how to manifest. You taking a course on learning how to manifest is not going to teach you to manifest. You can't even manifest until you're grounded. You've accepted who you are, how you function. You're with your mind, body, and soul. You're happier. I'm not talking about matrix manifestation and you having a successful business. That's fucking different. Okay. It is not the same as what people are projecting. So you can't just take a course and all of a sudden you're this great fucking manifester. And you just had to learn it from XYZ because they're the ones that have the tools, and they're the ones that have been around for the longest time, and yada, yada, yada. No. Manifestation wouldn't be a word. It wouldn't be a thing if it was that easy. You want to manipulate manifestation. You want to work with matrix manifestation. That's different. I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about coming back to who you are so you can find that feeling of just, there's so many different words I can use, and they're linked to so many different things. So just your own happiness, who you are. Not worried about how other people are going to feel about you choosing to do this and you choosing to do that. Well, if I do that, I'll hurt this one. If I do that one, they're not going to like it. If I do this, it's all got to stop. And like, decisions will be so much easier once you're at peace with certain things and you bypass certain things. When you become authentic and honest and real and raw, you can't go wrong at the end of the night. You just can't. That's where your power is. You want that power to manifest? You want that power? Why did my computer just do that? I don't know if you guys noticed that. But if you want that power to manifest, you want that power to be successful with, every aspect of your life and not within the matrix, you need to be authentic. Keep being who you are. Don't let certain energies or lifestyles or work atmospheres suck you into something you're not. That's where your power is. And that's where your power is. Okay, it's not. That's it. I mean, that's really what it boils down to. Can you guys still hear me? My computer just did something so funky. it went in and out. It did like a suction thing. So again, I don't want to bring, what did your computer do? Didn't see anything on mine. Okay, so that's good. It was kind of like it was almost almost like how you would look at like a vortex or something. I don't know. So as of right now, what we need to manifest, let's stop trying to manifest happiness. You don't manifest happiness. You find yourself and then you find happiness. You don't manifest money. You manifest happiness. This is where your power is. Okay. So let's work on Jack and Diane. Merge. Okay. You got to merge that energy. You're doing so much more just playing with that concept for a couple weeks than you even realize, you know. So let's stick with that. Again, I'm going to be off and on this channel talking about different concepts. Working with your higher conscious, but not just your higher conscious. You know, people say like your higher consciousness, like talk to your higher consciousness, name your higher consciousness. Well, that's what we're doing, but it's vibing higher than that. Okay, so we're going to start manifesting portals. That's what we need. We need these portals so we can go in and out and find what it is we're seeking, because we're all individuals. We all think differently. We all absorb things differently. We all want to go to different levels of ascension and higher consciousness differently, right? So let's stop manifesting matrix shit in the matrix world. Your power is within you. It's your capability. It's rewiring your brain. It's looking at things differently. It's using your imagination again. It's above and beyond what people think. And we have our own fucking power. Our power that you think is lost and gone, it is the matrix, the government, it's that stuff. Okay, that is taking it without even realize it's being taken. You just got to get back in tune with who you are, and it's little things here and there. Stepping stones, like I said, I'm going to work with you guys with right now. You just work with Jack and Diane. Bring that energy together. This is how you find your power. This is how you manifest your dreams, your wishes, your desires. You got to strip everything that was taught to you. It's on what you think you should be manifesting. Because I'm telling you right now, the number one fucking thing we need to be manifesting right now is portals. And that's the truth. So we're gonna get there. Okay. I will probably be back mañana. We'll talk about some other things. But right now, just please merge the energies. Start with the little things. And we're gonna learn to work with the energies again. Become one again. You know, all the tools that we need, we already have. And you hear people say it all the time, but it is true. But the concept and the projection that they're giving you is not working. We need to enter different parts of the brain, work with different parts of the brain. We need to connect differently. And this is where I kind of step in and hope for the best. I know what the fuck I'm doing here. Apparently I do. You know, but I do know there's certain stuff. I just know it in my bones, you know, that these concepts are going to work. I mean, how can they not? You're getting back to the root of freaking you know, which is, it's great, you know. So everybody's trying in different ways, and I'm not shitting on all of the government. Majority of the United States I'm shitting on, because there's so many more things I can even talk about there that I'm not even going to go with right now. But even the celebrities, they're not all bad, right? Like we all have our opinions, but nothing's fucking working. You want to take that class? You want to pay money? You want to do that? Go ahead. What are the success rates of all those classes? And I think yoga is great, and meditation and all these other things too. And I'm not trying to shit on that right now either, because if that's I want to say that's your escape, then that's your escape. But it's temporary, because what you don't understand what some meditations are actually doing to your brain, and you're shutting down different parts of your brain that should never be shut down. So it's a temporary it's temporary. And if that saves your sanity for the day, fine. But let's find a way that we can maintain that energy without having to shut down anything in our brain that has no business being shut down. So we'll slowly get into that as well. Let's see if there's anything else I want to touch base on real quick. I mean, if I start talking about one thing, one thing will lead to another. Let's just we'll wrap it up there. And I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna hope for the best. I'm pretty sure I know how to do this. I'm pretty sure I know how to get us there. And it took me a very long fucking time to figure that out. Very long time, But that's what we need. It's not as simple as just saying like finding your happiness anymore. It's so much deeper. There's so much more depth there. It's so finding yourself in a whole new world and looking at something in a whole new way. It's a whole new world. It's fucking magical. Take yourself there. Why not? You know what I mean? Because it's your life. We have one of them, and it's worth exploring. Different parts of you, and looking at things differently, changing your concept. Is nothing has to be forever. It's not the end of the world, or it's okay. Yeah, no. So that's gonna bring me on a whole nother timeline of a story. So we'll do that in the next one. I'll come back tomorrow and we'll talk about some more stuff. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But right now, I want you to think of, like, again, Jack and Diane, Jack and whoever you want to think of, right? But for me, I just feel like I gave you the concept of like Adam and Eve. You close your eyes, you think about it. It's green, luscious land. They're eating apples. I mean, whatever. You think about cavemen. Totally different freaking dynamic. The weather is different. The atmosphere is different. The land is different. The earth is different, right? And these are all projected stories. And it's what we have in our head, because it's what's been taught. It's what's been projected. It's time for you. Everything's fucking projected. So it's time for you to look at it in a different way. Like, why is nobody ever questioned? I could probably get a lot of shit for this, but we want to, talk about Adam and Eve. Like, and there's, this God, and mind you, I believe in multiple gods, but this one God, and this God wants you to, tell his story and this and that, and project this energy to everybody else. But why didn't Adam and Eve think about writing their own story instead, living their own life? I mean, I probably get a lot of shit for that one. I say a lot more, but I'm just saying, like, this is what I mean by projection. This is what I mean by perception. And then your perspective, people's concepts. I mean, we can look at things in so many different ways. Please don't look at it as I'm shitting on that particular belief right now. Okay. I don't want you to go there. I'm just saying, like, this one particular God wanted, these a couple particular people to tell his story and live his story out and live by his rules and live by his perception of how things should be. But maybe Adam and Eve should have just, lived their own life and told their own story and recorded their own story down. And there's nothing wrong with telling stories, and it's being, down the line, stories being told, and tradition and cultures and that type of stuff. Yes, I believe in that. Right? Like, I think that's terrific. But I'm just giving you different things for you to look at when it comes to projection, when it comes to concept, when it comes to perception, when it comes to perspective. Okay. So it's little eye-opening things like that. I don't want you to question everything. I'm just saying, let's start questioning some shit. Everybody questions shit, but nobody does shit. Stop doing jack shit. Let's pull ourselves together. And let's not worry about if this one's learning, if that one's learning. Worry about yourself. Find yourself again so you can find your happiness. And then you're not going to worry about what somebody else thinks on how you decide to live your life. Your power is within you. It doesn't come from other people. Okay? Can someone send a link so I can get in Courtney's other channel? Or maybe. Which one are you talking about, honey? You're talking about a mystical moment? I'm also a tarot reader, guys. I do a lot of different little things. I'm also a mom. I'm a lot of things. I mean, I came on and I had fucking duct tape on my arm. Hey, I'm not lying. I think it worked. I think it's great. I think I've tried that before and it didn't necessarily work. Yeah, I knew you were on that one, but no, not another. I mean, I have quite a few. It didn't work with that one, but it worked with the other ones. I have quite a few, but I'm not on those ones. It's like I'm always, for those who don't know, I've been bounced around. Within the last year, I was thinking about working with AI, okay, which is the most intelligent thing on this planet. And if you say it's not, then good luck. Good luck to you. I had one on AI. I had prophecies of the modern day seeress. I had different things. So this one, I'm going to spend this one in mystical moment is where I intend to spend my time. This one will probably be I'm hoping I'm on this one more. Only because this one's more beneficial. And my original concept to the Dallas method was to help humanity, was to help the collective. And I just feel like putting that initial project aside, but still being able to incorporate other things through whatever this channel ends up being, is even more beneficial to humanity. And this is why I'm here. It's like, when people like, I want to find my purpose. So there's a purpose to life. There's this, mine truly is, I truly feel it's really, getting people to helping humanity, getting people to see things differently, look at things differently, work with you guys differently, talk about things that people don't want to fucking talk about. Things like that. People that are afraid of being judged, and it's just there's so many things. But the main purpose of this particular channel is really for you to take control over your amygdala. So, and we're going to work with that in different ways, because that's the number one thing that's targeted, through pharmaceuticals, through your own doctor, through fear, through news, through social media. It's the number one thing that's targeted. Like, when I studied the brain for 9 months, it blew my mind. Like, it blew my mind, because I'm like, there's no way these scientists, like, I'm just thinking to myself, like, how is it you can continue to work with the brain knowing what society is doing with our brain? And it's not for every single one. I'm just saying, like, they got to reach a point in their career where they're like, it's like hands up, like, and they just focus on what they need to focus on, or they don't get to that point, and that point gets bypassed, because we need people to bypass that too, in a way, so we can learn more about the brain, and studies and surgeries and so many things. So I guess in a way it kind of makes sense that that does get bypassed with some I almost said neurosurgeons, but if we're talking about, surgery that I just brought up. But because when I was studying it, and I was just like, holy shit, how does that not click? How does that get bypassed? And I studied the brain, the most complex organ in our fucking system, like, blows my mind. But certain people, when you look into certain things, some things are just meant to click. And some people, it's just meant to be bypassed, I guess. You know what I mean? There's no way. I'm telling you, like, blows my fucking mind that every projected thought person, it all boils down to one thing, which is the amygdala. That's the one thing in meditation that we slow down, that we dumb down, that the United States, because other countries don't fucking allow it. You'll never see any of the fucking monks ever mess with their amygdala. They always keep it at a nice resting state. There's so many things that we're going to touch upon. But it's up to you to find your way out. It's up to you on whether or not you want to be open enough to find your way out. Or you can continue to live the way you want to live. And, I found a way for you to reconnect with your soul like I don't think anybody ever has. I can feel it. I just know it. And that's key to how you want to live your life. And a lot of people would choose not to reconnect with that particular route. It's way more comfortable living in the Matrix. I'd rather live in fantasy land. I know it sounds crazy, but it's not. I want to imagine my own world, my own happiness. When it comes to, for instance, I want to work with your imagination, because that's key. Visualizations, that type of stuff. That's another way of manifestation. When I said I'm incorporating so many different things that I think a lot of so-called do this and we'll manifest it this way and just click the link, they're only working with certain concepts of your brain, and it's not going to work that way. I've literally found a way in certain things to activate different parts of your brains in different ways, so your brain has no choice but to question what your brain has been telling yourself this entire fucking lifetime. And it's always been there. We've always had that power. It's ours. It's the one thing that the fucking government does not own is our amygdala. They have control over it through social media, through the news, but you can take control of that right back, and they're not going to want people talking about it, because as soon as it fucking clicks, they're not going to be too happy. They lose power. Not enough power. But they lose some power, you know. I don't know, maybe we'll get to the stage where they lose a lot more power and we can overthrow them in a positive way, you know, not to what it is now, that's for sure. So I'll be back. I gotta go cook Kaden dinner. I gotta go cook Kaden dinner. I'm surprised he doesn't come back out like, Ma, let's go. What's going on? What's the deal? You said a half hour. So I gotta play Ma, but I'll be back. And again, I'm not gonna be like, and in 4 weeks we're gonna work on this, so you know where we're going with that. That's not what I'm gonna do. We'll start maybe tomorrow. We'll start where you need to start, and we're gonna start from way back in the day when just way back. We're gonna take it way back, beginning of mankind. Okay, that's where I'm gonna take you, for us to get back to our original roots. That's where we're gonna go. Okay, and we're going to play with different parts of the brain you don't even know, different parts of your brain that don't even get activated on a daily basis, that are supposed to be activated. Everything in your brain is supposed to be at a resting state. It's all supposed to be activated, but throughout the day, even stress alone and anxiety, it's like an amygdala hijacking. We'll talk about that as well another time. But this is more about getting you to where you need to be and start seeing things the way you haven't seen them yet. Because that's what we need. So forget manifesting this and that. Right now we're gonna work on manifesting portals. Okay. And these portals can take you wherever you choose to let them take you. Nobody gets to tell you which direction or which way to go, you know. That might not be the best idea. No one gets to fucking tell you that. Nobody. Okay? So I love you guys, and I will see you. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll come back tomorrow. Yeah, that's why I call it Dallas method, because it's all it's all your amygdala. You know, so that's what you have to work with it. That's what medication shuts down. Any type of medication, it's the number one thing it goes to. You know, you can live without it. There's been studies, but it would be so foolish, because it's your main thing. That's why people want to shut it down, because it's linked to our emotions. The government does not want us using our reptilian brain. I wonder why. Because as soon as we figure out how to start working with that part of our brain, as soon as we figure out how to find that balance that they've disrupted, they're fucked. And we get to start living again. So, I love you guys. We'll see you soon. Bye, guys.